Hey everybody, this is Rustin with Metal Nation. We're talking today with Dannie McKenzie of Satan Takes a Holiday. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Now, you guys recently released your fifth album, A New Sensation, which is a fantastic record, by the way. For many,
Thank you.
though, yeah, absolutely. For many, though, at least here in America, this is our first taste of the band. So for those
Yeah.
of us sort of just discovering Satan Takes a Holiday, can you give us a little backstory?
Yes, the band's been going on since 2007, approximately. And as you said, we just released our fifth album, and we're a three-piece band playing some old, good rock and roll for you, and just having a good time. And the backstory of the band, I wasn't actually in the band when they started it, but I've been a friend of the guys since then. So this is my second album with the band. And what else is there?
Now, you guys took your name, I believe, from an old 1995 Anton LaVey record, correct?
Yeah, actually we did. It's an old song with a big band from in the 30s, I think, and Tommy Dorsey orchestra. And Anton LaVey did a creepy version of the song in 95, and the guys actually found that recording by the Cramps. They did a song for it also.
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah, but the Anton LaVey song it's a cool version.
Nice. It's a pretty cool name. It's kind of like you're not quite sure what to expect with a band name like Satan Takes a Holiday, but you assume there's got to be some touch of humor in there. And sonically, A New Sensation has a lot of energy, swagger, and a healthy dose of humor. Is that sort of the magic formula for your guys' sound?
I think so. Everything you do, I think, should have a dose of humor in it. Because otherwise I think it's gonna be quite stiff and uptight. And we like having fun and to entertain people. So I think it's a very important ingredient in our music to have a dose of humor.
Yeah, and it's really nice, and it does come through in the music and everything without sort of selling out the importance of the music. Did you guys take a different approach to A New Sensation compared to your previous effort, Aliens, either musically or ideologically?
I don't really think so. Maybe a little bit more concerning about. I mean, the lyrics are more concerning about the environment and everything around here. Old farts just are on all the top positions in the world, and you see what's happening everywhere. And I think in a matter of that, we wanted to do like this is a record about change. In changing all the old sorts of, how it's been all the time. Maybe trying to make people think a little bit and not follow all the footprints already there,
Right. Pull people out of their comfort zone a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But otherwise, I think musically, this is a little different record from what we did before. We're still a rock band and we still like punk and playing punk songs, of course. But this is a little more, I think, maybe you can say dancey record. It's more of a, what do you say? Yeah, dance punk record, or maybe something like that.
I can definitely hear a lot of that in the album. There's still some of the punk stuff, obviously, especially the last track, but no, there's more musically going on that makes you want to sort of move and groove to it, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the essence of music, groove.
Yeah, I've always been. It's funny because I write a lot about metal music, but for me, when I grew up, metal was Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, even Kiss and stuff like that. And I was always about the melody and the riff. And now heavy metal, unless there's just screaming and everything, and it doesn't count as metal anymore. So
no, exactly. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But so I've really been digging the video and the song for your second single, Unicorn. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, that was a funny recording to do. It was a friend of ours, since way back, and we didn't really know he was into video making or that he had these great ideas and everything. So yeah, he was telling us that he always wanted to do a rock and roll video, and he pitched this idea for us, and we were like, this sounds fun, let's do it. He was making all the dolls, actually, that we are moving them, and he has a good friend that is working for a TV network in Sweden. So he took our faces from green screen, right, and put on the dolls, and we were just miming and doing some funny faces, and he then put it on the dolls, as I said. So it became a really funny video, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What's the song itself sort of about?
It's unicorns. The people born in the 90s and maybe in the early new century. It's about people that think they are so special, This is me and this is my right to do, It's about people that think they are the center of the world.
Right, the entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All the magical unicorns. I get that one. One of my favorites on the album is Sessions and Cash. What can you share about that one?
Well, it's Fred's lyrics, and I can't really talk about his feelings and everything, but I know that this song is about his sessions and cash. It costs a lot of money to go to sessions and try to overcome your mental health.
Right.
So it's about his journey, I think, and I think it's a good way to talk about stuff that is hard, and it will take some load off, and I think that's what he wanted to do.
Was there a song in particular on the album? Like, I'm assuming when you guys go into the studio, you pretty much have the songs written, maybe even some pre-production done. Was there a song that you took into the studio thinking you had it done, and then when you got in there, it sort of took on a life of its own and became something altogether different?
Not really. I mean, we had done this record. I think we've been more, specific about the pre-production. We've done more pre-production than we used to do, and I think that the songs were actually, they were ready to just record. But one song in specific that we actually did it became something else, was Kingslayer.
Right.
Where we took away all the guitars and put 70s synthesizers on it instead. But the structure of the song was the same all the time.
Right. What made you think to do that?
I mean, it's our producer Stefan Brännström. He's a great guy, and he's always into putting synthesizers in quirky places in songs and everything. So I think it was a little bit his idea. Maybe we should try this, and we all agreed on that it was a cool thing to do.
Yeah, it worked out really well. So
thanks.
Of course, you can't talk about anything anymore without it being in social media. The impact of social media on society has been a massive issue of late, which you guys seem to poke a little fun at and work on with. I believe what I see if I see it in my feed.
Yes, exactly. People are sharing everything, but without knowing if it's a fact, or they just, this is shit, I'm gonna share this. So yeah, we poke a finger for those people.
It's pretty scary. Everything over here, all we hear about is fake news this, fake news that. When you got the leader of the country professing, it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's really crazy.
So now this year marks the 10-year anniversary of the band's debut record. Now, I know you weren't in it from the very start, but as you said, you've been friends for a long time. So you've sort of gotten to see it from both sides, part of it as the band and as a friend of the band. How do you think the band's evolved since that debut album a decade ago? Yeah,
actually, as you said, I've seen both sides, and I've always been a fan of the band from when they played me the old demos, and I was like, "Fuck, this is great, man!" And from the start, Satan Takes a Holiday was more about playing covers. Actually, they wanted to be like the Cramps,
right?
And after a while, it took like the second rehearsal, they had like riffs for original songs instead. And after a while, they were like, "Fuck, this is going great." So, I think they were more of a punk rock band in the beginning, garage,
right?
And we evolved to what we are today. It's more like, as I said, dance, rock and roll, but with still a punk tone to it.
I think it would be fair to say this is probably your most mature album overall.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're old now.
Yes, aren't we all, right?
Yeah.
All right, so as the newer member of the band, and before we get out of here, just so people can get to know you a little bit, where did you sort of draw your early influence and inspiration from as a drummer?
Actually, it was my first record I got was I was 4 years old. I got it from my big sister. She's quite older than me, and it was Kiss Destroyer.
Nice.
Yes, and I was listening to that record every day for about 2 years or something like that, and just wanted to be Gene Simmons all the time because he was looking cool. And that was I think, when I was like, I understand that I dug rock and roll. I didn't even know what it was, but and after a while it was Ozzy Osbourne. But the biggest record, I think, or when I understood I was gonna be a drummer, was when I saw Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, of course.
Nice. And
I saw a video with Looks That Kill, and I thought he was the coolest dude ever. So and then I was gonna be a drummer. I was I think 10 or 12 years old, and after that I've been a musician in heart, and after a while I understood that I could make a living of it.
So here's the important question then. If that's where it all started, did you learn how to play drums first, or did you learn how to twirl the drumsticks first?
Of course, I was learning to twirl the drumsticks.
Nice. All right. So just for fun before we get out of here, I don't know if you're a big TV guy or not, but what are you currently binge watching, if anything?
I am. I like movies, and I like television and everything, especially now when it's so easy to look whatever. But Rick and Morty, I think, was my latest binge watching.
Nice.
Yeah, and I also like. Have you seen Happy?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
Excellent. Danny, thanks so much for taking some time. The album is
fantastic.
Problem.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
All right, take care, my friend.